Boom, the board game Scythe. Fantastic. It's amazing. If you haven't played it yet, you probably should be. It won itself a whole bunch of awards and it was pretty much not available on any shelves out there in the world. Well, today we're doing a couple 3D prints to just kind of boom, up the ante on it a little bit, just to make it a little bit more enjoyable. Simple little prints, but let's get into it. Hey, welcome to the channel. I'm Jester from Jester's 3D Tabletop Gaming. I'm not wearing a dress shirt, but I'm still wearing my bow tie because it's boiling hot in my house. Let's just go into what we're doing today. So I love the board game Scythe, but once again, I wanted to find a 3D print that I could do to make it a little bit more enjoyable, and I found such a thing. This one is designed by Virtually Jason on Thingiverse. Super simple, fantastic design. Go and check them out. All right. So, I don't mean to be a board game snob, but this is the monument that you would be placing in the game. It's pretty cool. It's basic. It's made out of wood. I like wood. But this is the model designed by Virtually Jason from Thingiverse, and I gotta say, it looks so much better. And you know what? Printed on a resin printer, the quality on these things is outstanding. We do have some slight issues. The elephant's foot was a little bit too big, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of sanding, and I'd like to get a little bit of paint on these guys too to match the player pieces. So we're gonna be diving into that in a moment. Another prime example would be the armory. Just a simple, basic stop sign shaped design. Compared to this little guy. I don't know how well you can see that. I'll have better images here in a little bit. We're gonna be slapping some paint on these and sanding down the bases. It fits, but it's a tight fit. It's a tight fit and I don't want to wreck my little fancy dancy board thing. I don't want to rip up some of the cardboard, so we're gonna sand it down, get some paint on it, and then we're gonna do some little pictures. These little pieces were printed on my Anycubic Photon S. Absolutely great use for resin print just because they're tiny, they're itty bitty, and it can get the detail. So that's the bee's knees right there. Mike402 from Thingiverse has created this design right here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anything that's going to hold coins and token pieces and better organize your board game is a definite win in my books. So that's this piece right here. I don't have many tokens, I don't have many coins in it. We're going to be doing that in a bit. What I wanted to point out was this piece here. Let me just put something down here. This piece here is supposed to slide into this. Doesn't quite fit, so we're gonna slice that off, and then we're gonna give this a quick coat of spray paint, and then we're gonna glue it behind here. So we got a nice, good popping scythe right there. And I think that will look delightful. And then we'll load this full of tokens, and we'll get ourselves some fantastic pictures. So we could just showcase all of these a little bit better, in a little bit more detail. So let's get to work!
Gotta do some sanding, gotta do some slicing, gotta do some painting, yeah.
Total side note, by the way, I just hit 200 subs, which is awesome. So thank you for everybody that has liked, shared, commented, subscribed, all of that jazz. Really, anybody that's been here and watched a video, you're amazing. You're fantastic. Thank you very much. Let's just get back to sanding. Scythe. 1 to 5 players, 115 minutes. Designed by Jamie Stegmaier. Art and world building by Jacob Rysowski. Scythe is a board game set in an alternate history 1920s. It is the time of farming and war, broken hearts and rusted gears, innovation and valor. The ashes from the First Great War still darken the snow in 1920s Europa, the capitalistic city-state known simply as the Factory, which fueled the war with heavily armored mechs, has closed its doors, drawing the attention of several nearby countries, with characters from 5 factions converging into a small but highly desired swath of land, who will gain fame and fortune by establishing their empire as the leader of Eastern Europa. Object of the game. In Scythe, each player represents a character attempting to make their faction the richest and most powerful in Eastern Europa. Players explore and conquer territory, enlist new recruits, produce resources and workers, build structures, and deploy monstrous mechs. A game of Scythe typically begins with players building up their infrastructure, exploring the world, then engaging each other in combat. The game progresses as players place stars, achievements, on the board, and it ends when a player places their 6th star on the triumph track. You can earn a star for accomplishing any of the following: completing all 6 upgrades, deploying all 4 mechs, build all 4 structures, enlist all 4 recruits, have all 8 workers on the board, reveal 1 completed objective card, win combat up to 2 times, have 18 popularity, have 16 power. The goal is to have the greatest fortune at the end of the game. A typical winning fortune is around $75. You can accumulate coins during the game, but you will earn most of them during endgame scoring in the following 3 categories: every star token placed, every territory controlled, every 2 resources controlled. The amount of coins you earn depend on your level on the popularity track. The higher your popularity, the more coins you will earn. You can also get a few bonus coins based on where you built structures. This is Blue, by the way. Blue is my board game hobbyist enthusiast. She's in here pretty much all the time, whether it's helping me with a project or whatever it may be. Anyhow, this is my lovely kitty, and she's just the greatest in the world. Ain't that right, Blue? So if you have the board game Scythe and you're looking at a couple little extra components, you know, like the coin organizer and the additional monuments and mines and stuff like that, definitely head over to Thingiverse, check those files out, because I think they're fantastic and I know I'm going to enjoy having them on my gaming table. Anything to add that extra depth and dimension and the uniqueness to a tabletop game is definitely in the right aspects for my books. I love the board games. I love the board games. Anyhow, I'm Jester. I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. And until the next time, bye-bye now.
Oh, but wait. More videos. On the tops here. Right there. They're floating around. You should click them. Did you click them? You haven't clicked them yet. Click them.